you can plant a lot of trees really quickly. You can plant 1,000 trees in a day with a tree transplanting spade. You know, we're talking bare root, you know, stuff that's not in pots. If you're planting plants from pots, transplanting, you want to really dig a hole. This is pretty much the best spade you can buy that I'm aware of. It's called the King of Spades. This should last a lifetime or many if you take care of him. So this is great for digging if you have to actually dig a hole. You can. Planting in general, we do it mostly in the spring, but you can plant in the fall if they're potted. If they're bare root, you're basically always planting in the spring. I like to get them in the spring so they have the whole summer to really root out. If you have a potted plant, you can plant throughout the year. Dig a hole maybe twice the size of the pot, put the plant in, fill around it with some good soil, some maybe amended soil, dome it up, put some wood chips in. Something like this, it's a field planting. I'm going to dig a hole that's not much bigger than this pot, put it in. Now you can, to amend the hole or not to put compost in the hole. Apparently there's been a bunch of research that says if you do that, the roots just stay right in the hole and they don't really extend out, which is not a good thing. You want them to go right out. They'll circle around and you'll have circling, girdling roots and you'll have a poor tree. If we're adding some minerals to the soil and inoculating the soil with a one-time input of minerals that are then on site permanently, as long as we're not abusing the land, you know, that's a decision everyone has to make for themselves, but it's something we've decided is a good idea to put in that one time, just like we're planting the tree pretty much one time. So we like to just amend in the hole, mineralogically in the hole. As you fill up the soil on top, before the wood chips go on, the weed suppression goes on, that's where to put your nitrogen, your food. That's compost, manure, things like that. If you put that nitrogen in the hole, there's much more of a chance of the roots just wanting to eat all that up and getting circling roots, I think. This is a food, medicine, wildlife, climate stabilization, ecosystem element. We're taking advantage of this niche in time, this one-time opportunity of opening the soil, cracking open the earth a little to get minerals and nutrients that are not present into the soil. It's a one-time opportunity in a lot of ways to inoculate the soil itself. We like to dig a hole that's roughly as deep as the pot. Keep this soil really close. Don't be the guy that does this, you know, I won't do it, but you dig, because you're just gonna go try to get that soil back up, right? You'll need all of this soil. There's not a lot of ideal spots for a tree that's gonna get 250 feet tall and be here for 500 years. That's why these trees end up staying in pots a bunch, because you're like, okay, 450 years, where do I want this? It's good to have the right spot, but if in doubt, and you're wondering, should I put this tree in the ground or not? Should I plant this tree or not? If in doubt, put the tree in the ground. Yeah, this is Pinus sembra siberica, which is a Siberian nut pine, Siberian stone pine. So what we're looking for when we have a potted plant is a root-bound situation. We're trying to avoid circling roots. If you see circling roots, you want to fish them out. I like to just take my thumb and sometimes just pull across and make sure there aren't any there, because you want roots going out, not around. Better to plant a little bit high than a little too low, especially in a wet area. Arid zone, plant it a little deeper. Make sure you have especially a really good watering ring. I like to kind of lean it into the wind a little. Like, see how this kind of curves this way here? So I might probably try to point it into the wind. So that's pretty good. We want to make sure this is really vertical. And then we just fill the side of the hole back in, because you really want to avoid air in here. And watering it in when we're halfway up with a bucket of water can help, because it just fills those voids. It sends some mud into those voids. Once we get up to soil level, we'll dome it up with wood chips. We won't do the volcano effect to the base. We're going to dye it down to the base. And you're going to have a high point here. It's going to be a watering ring, so water that lands here goes into the tree, or if you dump water on it, it stays in there. And you're going to have your thickest mulch around here. Down to nothing, down to nothing. The further out you can mulch, the better within reason.